Hey everybody, Steve Tinkham with Cattle Slenting and
Bruce Fate here. We're here for your Friday rate update. We want to make sure and keep you guys up to date on what's going on in the rates. I'll let you start it off, man.
well, as always, we can't give you specific rates down to the 0.1%, but just know the rates are still pretty flat from where they were last week. We're in the high 4s on 30 years, and we're in the low 4s on 15 years, and FHA is all over the board, but they're generally priced better than conventional loans. So just give us a call with your scenario. We'd love to be able to work it up for you, tell you what it is. So, and you can do that by hitting that contact me button up there. So,
I did lock a gentleman on an FHA, 15-year at 3.75.
Well,
it's unbelievable. It all does depend on that.
I've got egg in my face. And
there you go, man.
It's actually high 3s. So that's
well, that was an FHA too,
yeah,
so a little bit different there.
But first thing we want to talk about is this new Consumer Finance Protection Board. That's a mouthful, so I have to look at my notes to see exactly how it's pronounced. That kicks in today. So I looked out the window, and nothing's really changed so far. But that's because they don't even have anybody heading it up yet. So
I was going to ask you who's in charge of that.
The government's so good at this, creating new agencies to help regulate our industry. And
basically it's for till and RESPA.
Yeah, here's what they've got. They've been funded to the tune of $500 million, and you know what they've done so far? They don't even have a head of it yet.
Exactly.
Because the person who was heading up quit.
And what they're trying to do is to get someone to basically get consumer input on the forms.
Yeah,
whether or not they understood them.
That good faith estimate and the truth in lending disclosure and all that, they're trying to figure out a better way for the customer to understand. But I thought that's what that other agency did about a year and a half ago with this new good faith estimate. So.
We're not trying to be cynical. We're not trying to be sarcastic, but sometimes it's amazing how much government intervention we're getting. But, speaking of that, also we had today in the news or yesterday in the news was Wells Fargo's payout and Countrywide's payout. Both of those two companies ended up paying out. One of them paid out $85 million, another one was over $100 million in fines. And basically from back in the day of subprime steering people to subprime mortgages. So
you sometimes get the feeling that's just blackmail.
I'm not really sure they must really be loaded. $85 million really doesn't affect you at all.
I know. If they could just round that down a little bit and send me a couple dollars, I'd be fine.
In all seriousness, the good news is I don't know if everyone remembers about the HomePath program. But HomePath is just an awesome product. I closed one about 2 weeks ago where a gentleman, there's no appraisal. There's no MI on the product, and it's a slam dunk program. So we're going to put a link down below that's going to allow you to put in an address to see if whatever property you're showing is eligible for HomePath, because it's 100% financing and there's no MI and no appraisal. So and
we finance those.
Yes, we do them here.
Yes,
we do.
You don't have to go anywhere else.
So, with all seriousness, you know how to get in touch with Steve or myself. The contact me button up here. Feel free to give me a shout. You got anything else you want to add?
Last thing, it's in the news. It's in your face. You can't escape it. It's talking about the debt ceiling and the deadline of August 2nd. What's going to happen? I'd like to believe that these wizards of smart up in Washington will get this figured out and get something done before then. But just so you know, the reason why it is kind of a scary proposition is if they don't get something done, or if they don't get something that's done that's satisfactory to the credit rating agencies, because Moody's has already come out and said, hey, this one plan you're working on, we don't like it, so if it passes, we're still going to downgrade your rating.
Yeah.
So not only do you got the American people have their input on it, you've got the politicians got their input, and now you got credit rating agencies having their input on it. Who knows how this is going to turn out? So I guess the point is that, if we have an address in the contract, we can lock in a rate now.
Yeah.
And the thing that could be scary is that, you could talk about overnight. If this goes bad, rates could skyrocket overnight. Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it's just a reality that we live in. So, so anyway, you might want to pass that along, because that gives us approximately 12 days to write a contract.
And that's exactly right. So, and next week when you guys are all hot and sweaty here, I just wanted you to know I'll be in Breckenridge where the high is 68, 69 degrees. So.
We're going to expect a Friday rate update from Bruce from the mountaintop. So
not a problem.
I expect him to fully. You know what? I did it from a golf course by myself. I think he needs to
Boy,
do
that
one.
was brilliant too, wasn't it?
I think he needs to do one from the mountaintops, Rocky Mountain High. Maybe get John Denver
there you go.
to do something
See
for
if we
you.
can do the Dumb and Dumber, we'll follow it up. You guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Take
Bye.
care.
Huh. I expected the Rocky Mountains to be a little rockier than this. I was thinking the same thing. That John Denver's full of shit, man.